Mugger's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:36.121. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Mugger's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:35.103. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
There's the first flying lap for Renault 99, hitting 2:33.947. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Mikey has a best lap time of 2:35.103. Alright, Renault 99 has put down a 2:24.911. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alfa Romeo Spider Quadrifoglio.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Mikey has a best lap time of 2:35.103. Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
Muggy posted a 6:14.053 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Renault 99 posted 2:24.813 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 28 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There's the first flying lap for Renault 99, hitting 2:24.813. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Mugger's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:42.330. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Alright, Renault 99 has put down a 2:24.737. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alfa Romeo Spider Quadrifoglio.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Mugger's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:42.330. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Renault 99 posted a 2:25.083 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Muggy has a best lap time of 2:35.103. Renault 99 posted 2:25.083 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 22 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Sunrider's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Renault 99 has a best lap time of 2:24.737. Sunrider is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Watch as Sunrider takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Look at Bogan Cromulans taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Alright, smells like we has put down a 3:48.511. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alpine Renault A110-16000S 1972.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Sunrider is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Honda Civic EG6 has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
Smells like WE's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:37.325. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car for themselves.
There are just over 15 minutes left in this practice session. Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
Smells like WE posted a 2:37.325 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Watch as Joe RWYB takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Sunrider is getting to grips with the Honda Civic EG6 in this practice session. Watch as Mr. Bang takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Look at Sunrider go, they're really giving it some jandal now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Watch as Joe RWYB takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
There's the first flying lap for Smells Like We, hitting 2:28.079. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it, starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Sunrider's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:37.387. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Bogan Cromulence is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Lotus Europa Special's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire techs.
With just 8 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Bogan Cromulence is on their first practice flying lap. Look at Richard Rossier taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Sunrider has a best lap time of 2:35.484. RWYB is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Renault Clio Williams capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
RWYB is on their first. I'm Rob, the commentator bot. Let's do this.
I'm Hal, Rob's co-commentator. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
Megasaurus 55's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Megasaurus 55 is on their outlap. It's a masterclass from Richard Rossia in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead. Impressive display by Megasaurus 55, currently sitting in position 5. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves well in 5th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
RWYB has positioned themselves well in 9th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're spot on, Rob. RWYB's current position of 9th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10. RWYB has completed their outlap. RWYB has completed their outlap. What a performance from Sunrider. They currently occupy 3rd on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position? And Sunrider has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Megasaurus 55 as they currently hold position 7. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. It's an impressive showing by Muggy, currently in second. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Muggy has just completed a lap in 2:29.490. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. Currently in third, Richard Rossia has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. There's a real buzz in the air as Richard Rossia secures third.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Impressive work from Sunrider, who has claimed fourth on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. And there goes Bogan Cromulence, currently in position 8. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Bogan Cromulence has just completed that lap in 2:33.346. Their best lap so far is 2:33.346. Putting them in P4, will they be able to hold on to that spot? Incredible drive by Smells Like We so far, earning him second on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? Looks like Smells Like We is making a statement, securing a spot in second.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Joe Ergu has secured a respectable 7th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Joe Ergu has completed their first flying lap in 5:19.835. With Joe Ergu clocking at 2:33.974, they've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 6th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's gonna take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Starting in pole position gives Muggy a clear advantage over the rest of the field.
But it's also a nightmare if they can't hold on to it. Let's see how they will handle the pressure.
Smells like RWYB lines up in second place as the engines rev and the race begins. Richard Rossia is third.
What can they do with that Opel Kadett from here?
Taking off from the fourth grid slot is the skilled driver, Bogan Cromulence. The fifth position belongs to Sunrider. Sitting in sixth is Joe Ergue.
Starting on the street's tires.
Starting from the seventh position, Megasaurus 55 will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. Mr. Bang is placed in eighth.
Who knows? They could be the dark horse that steals the show.
Renopa 99 is going to be starting from ninth. Bob's your uncle, and we're racing. Now, who's got the moxie and the moves to leave the others for dust?
How they kick off sets the whole dang tone. Gotta be smart and smooth, or else you're just spinning your wheels.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today. As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Sunrider's doing. holding on to 5. Maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later. Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Muggy, lagging behind Smells Like We and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Muggy for nabbing first. Phew, talk about foreplay. Bogan Cromulence and Richard Rossier are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Bogan Cromulence gets any closer to Richard Rossier, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Renault 99 trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Sunrider. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race? We got a close battle as Bogan Cromulence closes in on Richard Rossier. If consistency was an art, Bogan Cromulence would be Picasso today. Just churning out those laps, one after the other. This is where the race gets really interesting. Richard Rossier is closing in on Renault 99. Sunrider seems to be putting the pressure on Renault 99. Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between Smells Like We in first and Muggy. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.6 seconds.
Smells Like We is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and Muggy is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race, and it's not over yet.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. What a move. Renault 99 has moved up to 4th. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Now, that's what I'm talking about. Renault 99 is proper nipping at Megasaurus 55's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Oh, things are getting intense for Renault 99. They're sandwiched between Bogan Cromulence and Megasaurus 55, navigating this high-speed battleground. The gap to the car ahead is 0.2 seconds, while the car behind is only 0.2 seconds away.
Absolutely, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind are like windows of opportunity for Renault 99. They need to
stop the press. Crikey, Richard Rossier thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem, didn't come back.
Dang, Richard Rossier went off like my sense of self-worth after my high school reunion. And just as hard to recover.
Things don't look to be going Richard Rossier's way, as already they are into the pits.
That's going to be a big disappointment for them at this stage. Let's hope the team can regroup and make some sort of recovery.
Look at that, Bogan Cromulence is hot on the tail of Smells Like We.
Can Bogan Cromulence close the 0.9 second gap and make a pass?
Superb driving from Bogan Cromulence, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. RWYB is running 7th. They are trying to catch Bogan Cromulence. Looks like Smells Like We is coming in hot. They're approaching the turn way too fast. Breaking update. Whoa, Smells Like We took the corner like my Uncle Baz after a 6-pack, all over the shop.
Smells Like We is not going to be happy about that.
Blimey, Renault 99's gunning it in second, just a whisker behind Muggy. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. The action is non-stop as smells like wee shadows Mr. Bang through every twist and turn, determined to claim 8th. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Jorg U is putting the pressure on Bogan Cromulence. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Bogan Cromulence and Jorg U, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Bogan Cromulence S just breezed into 4th.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
A twist in our tail. Bogan Cromulence S slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 5th.
Well, slap my knee and call it a dance. Bogan Cromulence S taken a lil sidestep there.
The battle for 1 is heating up as Renault 99 tries to catch Muggy in P1.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
The intensity is off the charts as Bogan Cromulence hounds Jorg U, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Bogan Cromulence S just rocketed into 4th. Disappointing for Bogan Cromulence, they now find themselves in 5th.
Racing's an art and sometimes the canvas changes mid-stroke. Bogan Cromulence S shift will add to the intrigue of today's story.
With steely determination and laser focus, Megasaurus 55 is homing in on Bogan Cromulence. The battle lines are drawn.
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
Buckle up, Richard Rossia is all over Megasaurus 55 like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
They say rubbing is racing, but if Richard Rosier gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
It's a close race between Megasaurus 55 and Richard Rossia in 6th.
With Megasaurus 55 on the hunt, Richard Rosier better not blink. Every split second counts in this tank.
Oh no, what's this? Blimey, Megasaurus 55 must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. Richard Rossia wants to find a way round Mr. Bang.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Richard Rossia and Mr. Bang have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.8 seconds now. It's an intense battle for position as Megasaurus 55 tries to outmaneuver Richard Rossia. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is taking that advice to heart today.
Things are heating up as Renault 99 tries to close the gap to Muggy.
This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
Renault 99 is falling behind Muggy at a rate of knots. They're going to need some serious pedal power to close that gap. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Bogan Cromulence is breathing down the neck of Jorg U, not giving him any room to relax.
This battle between Bogan Cromulence and Jorg U is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
A top lap time there from Bogan Cromulence, setting their fastest lap of the session so far. A tough moment for Bogan. Stop the press. RWYB is pitting. Renault 99 is on a mission, chasing Muggy, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Great driving from Renault 99, who has just gained a place and moved up to second. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, Hal, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
You Americans have your drive-throughs. Here, Megasaurus 55's trying to make this a drive past on Richard Rossia.
Well, let's see if they can supersize that pass, or if they'll just get a side of.
Breaking news, folks. Oh mate, Mr. Bang's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk? Blimey, Renault 99's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. I think they are going to take them.
Renault 99's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Muggy like a dingo after a roadrunner. It's a thrilling pursuit as Megasaurus 55 is right behind Richard Rossia, keeping the pressure on for 7th place.
Megasaurus 55 is following Richard Rosier so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
Braking alert. Looks like Bogan Cromulence playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times, expensive repairs.
By the looks of it, Bogan Cromulence been taking driving tips from them Duke boys. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
Hold on to your stubbies. Mr. Bang is closing in on Richard Rossia like a bachelor at the end of a bucks night. Hope Richard Rossia either brought some lube or protection.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Mr. Bang needs to stay patient and wait for Richard Rosier to make a mistake.
Crikey, Mr. Bang's looking like they've been caught in a rip, struggling to keep up with the pace set by Richard Rossia. Hope they find their feet soon. Crikey, that overtake by Mr. Bang was smoother than a coldie on a hot summer day.
Well, from what I've seen on the oval tracks, that's how the big leagues play. But I gotta admit, this is next level.
Mr. Bang is giving it their all as they chase down Richard Rossia in P7.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Mr. Bang is really walking that tightrope.
Fair dinkum, Mr. Bang is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Richard Rossia is now down to a whisker at 0.1 seconds. We've certainly seen some of the drivers get it wrong today.
Anyone lost can just follow the trail of skid marks. I hear it's the latest form of GPS navigation.
Let's hope the other drivers don't follow suit. We might end up with a bumper car race instead of a high-speed competition.
At least we'd have something to fall back on if we ever get bored of regular racing. Bumper cars might be the next big thing.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Richard Rossia is right on the heels of Megasaurus 55, and we're in for a wild ride.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Hold on to your seats. Renault 99's turning the heat up on Muggy, closing in for the kill. Fair dinkum, Renault 99's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter.
Holy smokes, Renault 99's extracting every ounce of horsepower from that power unit. They're tailing Muggy tighter than a belt after Thanksgiving dinner.
You reckon Richard Rossier saw a spider in the cockpit? 'Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
Sweet mercy, Richard Rossier's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Richard Rossier and Megasaurus 55. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto.
Braking development, I swear, Richard Rossier, S on the prowl, making the leap to 6th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
Dang, if Richard Rossier keeps this up, we'll need to douse the track. Smokin' hot move to 6th.
G'day viewers, if you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Renault 99 is in 2nd and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Renault 99 is surely smelling opportunity here.
It's not coming up roses for Renault 99, they're trailing Muggy and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Oof, if Megasaurus 55 was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. Oh mate, bogan cromulence, S more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard Smells Like Weed's favorite song? Maybe Bogan Cromulence can play it to distract them and close that gap. Just a thought.
I tell you what, Bogan Cromulence has got more problems than a maths book right now. Smells Like We is leaving them in a cloud of dust. Oh, this is getting intense. Renault 99 is just a few car lengths behind Muggy.
This is more than a race. It's a battle of wills, of nerve, of sheer determination.
It's game on now. Renault 99 has closed the gap to Muggy. It's now down to 0.5 seconds.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
These drivers, top-notch athletes, it's not just about being quick. They've got stamina, reflexes, and they gotta think faster than a kangaroo on a trampoline.
I'd pay to see that. A kangaroo on a trampoline? But yeah, their mental and physical game has to be on point for these races.
The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Sunrider cruising in 3rd.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Sunrider needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
It's as intense as a Barbie in midsummer out there for Renault 99. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for 2nd.
Exactly, Rob. It's like aiming for that home run in the bottom of the 9th. Swing for the fences, and don't look back.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
Haha, I don't think that's how it works. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for a cup of tea and a chat? We could have a lovely little race reunion.
Oi, Renault 99 is on Muggy like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack. Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
The crowd is on tenterhooks as Megasaurus 55 in 7th chases after Richard Rossier. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Megasaurus 55 find a way to catch up? It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Renault 99's got Muggy in their crosshairs.
Renault 99's got that car dialed in tighter than my grandma's Corsa. If Muggy isn't careful, he's gonna get a taste of some good old American hustle.
The gap between Renault 99 and Muggy is getting smaller.
Just what Renault 99 needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Muggy out of sight for too long.
On the final lap now, and Muggy looks like they might just wrap up this win. It's all over. Muggy has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Renault 99 certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Brilliant. Renault 99 showed great skill and determination to take second place.
That was an outstanding performance from Sunrider. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. Fourth seas smells like we. Followed by Bogan Cromulence in fifth. In sixth, it's Richard Rossia. Megasaurus 55 brings home seventh. Taking eighth is Mr. Bang. RWYB claimed ninth. Mr. Bang will be looking to convert their pole position into a win. And in second place, we have Megasaurus 55.
putting that Honda Civic EG6 into prime position for the race.
The third position is occupied by Sunrider.
I think we are all looking forward to seeing what Sunrider can do from here.
At fourth, we have the one and only Bogan Cromulence.
Bogan Cromulence will be taking no prisoners today.
We're seeing Richard Rossier in the fifth spot. Smells Like We is lining up sixth. From the middle of the pack, we have Muggy in seventh place on the starting grid.
But sometimes the underdog can surprise you. Let's see what they've got in the tank.
Renopa 99 will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 8th on the grid. Green's out, we're in for a blinder. Who's gonna snag that front spot?
Avoiding contact while trying to gain position is essential. The first lap is often where we see incidents that can change the course of the race.
Now, isn't that a sight? Megasaurus 55 hanging tight at 2. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one. Not the best of starts there for Bogan Cromulence, and that's going to immediately make their race more challenging.
Well, butter my biscuit, Bogan Cromulence has taken quite the tumble. Going from 4 to 7, they're in a deeper pickle than a jar of dills at a county fair.
On the 7th grid slot we have Bogan Cromulence. much to report on from Mr. Bang at the moment. They're just keeping their head down and putting in consistent laps.
And that's what separates the pros from the rookies. Mr. Bang knows when to push and when to play it safe. It's a dance, and they've got the rhythm. Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Mr. Bang has taken a slide, but knowing them, it's just a part of the dance.
Well, change is the only constant. And in this dance, Mr. Bang is certainly keeping us on our toes with that position shift.
The gap between Richard Rossia and Sunrider is razor thin as they vie for fifth in this nail-biting contest. Whoa there, Renault 99 is sticking to Smells Like We Like Blue. You reckon Smells Like We's feeling the pressure? Cause I sure would.
If Renault 99 pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during the race.
The adrenaline is pumping as Richard Rossia gets within striking distance of Muggy in their race for sixth. Wow, Renault 99 is really pushing hard to catch up to Richard Rossia. There's blood in the water for 7th place.
The chase between Renault 99 and Richard Rosier is like a high-speed game of tag, only the stakes are much higher.
It's a tense battle for position between Muggy in 6th and Richard Rossia in 7th. Muggy is keeping Richard Rossia at bay with a gap of 0.1 seconds. This is what it's all about, folks. Smells Like We is in hot pursuit of Sunrider, who's just trying to stay ahead. It's pedal to the metal for Smells Like We, while Sunrider's still flipping through the radio channels. You know, Hal, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Rob. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Mr. Bang is sniffing around bogan cromulence like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of third.
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
Look at Muggy trying to close that gap on Mr. Bang. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
A great moment for Muggy, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Shoot, Muggy's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into 4th.
Seems like Mr. Bang is getting in range of Smells Like We.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
It's a game of inches now as Smells Like We tails Muggy closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
A strategic misstep perhaps? Smells Like We's place has shifted to 6th. The plot thickens.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Smells Like We needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
With a move that's swift, I'd say Smells Like We's running on high octane. And maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Blimey, Megasaurus 55's more eager to catch Joe Ergu than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase. Struth, Megasaurus 55's taken a bit of a tumble down the order to 3rd. Must have missed the memo. Heartbreak for Megasaurus 55 as they slip down the field.
Life on the track is a tapestry of decisions. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is weaving a complex narrative today, dropping a notch.
Things are getting spicy as Sunrider is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
No room for error here. Renault 99 is breathing down the neck of Megasaurus 55, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
If Renault 99 gets any closer, They might as well ask Megasaurus 55 for a piggyback ride.
Sunrider wants to close that gap with Mr. Bang. Fantastic move from Sunrider, who has just gained a position. Gee whiz, Bogan Cromulence is breathing down Joe Ergu's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Joe Ergu's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
Ripper of a move. Bogan Cromulence, not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, first. The drivers have been working hard to come up with the perfect race strategy. They've been looking at the weather, the track conditions and the performance of their cars.
Now it's time to put that strategy into action and see if it pays off.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got Smells Like We's name on it. Renault 99, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Smells Like We's tempo is rising.
Remember when Megasaurus 55 was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Well, butter my biscuit, Megasaurus 55's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front. Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Megasaurus 55 is recalibrating, now at 7th.
Sucks to be them, Rob.
Alright, hold your horses. Renault 99 is really putting the heat on Muggy. If I were Muggy, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Someone's revved up after lunch. Smells Like We's blitzed ahead, claiming third. This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each hold up a mo. In the grand chessboard of racing, Smells Like We appears to have just been checked. Now stationed at 4th.
Races are full of ups and downs, kinda like my Aunt Patty's porch swing. Smells Like We LL bounce back, no doubt about it.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Blimey, Renault 99's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to second just like that. Looks like Smells Like We is trying to chase down Muggy, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results. Oi, Smells Like We's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Muggy's got a battle ahead.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
Hold on to your hats. Renault 99 is gunning for Bogan Cromulence. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? Whoa, Renault 99's on fire, leaving skid marks and Bogan Cromulence's hopes behind. Let's talk about tyre degradation. How does it affect the car's handling and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Rob. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
Oh, this is getting intense. Sunrider is just behind Megasaurus 55. The gap between Sunrider and Megasaurus 55 is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 1.0 seconds. Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
The race is heating up as Smells Like We in 4th closes in on Muggy. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Remember when we thought Smells Like We had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Muggy's mirrors awfully busy. Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Mr. Bang. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. An impressive showing from Megasaurus 55, who has gained positions and left Mr. Bang in the dust.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Megasaurus 55 needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
We got a close battle as Smells Like We closes in on Muggy. The gap between Smells Like We and Muggy is growing. It's now up to 0.6 seconds. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
It's not going to plan for Mr. Bang. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Watching Joe Ergu try to close that gap on Sunrider is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes.
Oh, for sure. It's like watching a cooking show where Yu is trying to whip up a winning dish, but Sunrider keeps hiding the main ingredient.
The gap between Joe Ergu and Sunrider is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. Even though Sunrider is a fair way behind Mr. Bang, they can't afford to let their guard down. Breaking development, Struth, Smells Like We,'s having a real dog's breakfast of a moment.
Yeehaw, Smells Like We decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
Looks like Sunrider is chasing Mr. Bang harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
Dang, Sunrider is so far back, he might start seeing last week's race. But hey, in racing, as in love, persistence is key. Right, y'all?
Blimey, Sunrider's cranking up. Stop the press. Mr. Bang stuffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. You know, Mr. Bang reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else. It's looking good for Bogan Cromulence, sitting in second. He's pulling away. Bogan Cromulence is increasing the gap to Muggy. Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons.
They're breaking news, folks. Smells Like We has pulled into the pits. Cricky, Mr. Bang's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. But Mr. Bang, keep pushing.
Looks like Mr. Bang remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Sunrider, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
The engines roar, the tires squeal, and amidst all this chaos, Smells Like RWYB is making a statement in 8th. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Looking at the lap times, Mr. Bang is not on pace with Sunrider. Can they turn it around? Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride. Mr. Bang is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. Will Mr. Bang be able to make a move and pass Sunrider?
Everyone's on the edge of hold that thought. Hold the phone. RWYB has decided to pit. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Mr. Bang is the predator, with Sunrider firmly in their sights. It's a classic case of chasing down the hold that thought. Hold the phone. Bloody hell. Muggy just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something.
If Muggy's trying to embody my self-esteem during puberty with that swerve, spot on. Just spot on.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
With a gap,
Stop the press. Whoops. Bogan Cromulence S taken more spins than a dead or alive record.
I swear, Bogan Cromulence S acting like they found Elvis off track. Spoiler. The king ain't there.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Sunrider for nabbing 4th.
That's what we like to see. Sunrider is really showing their class today.
The excitement is palpable. This is going to be a race for the ages.
The drivers are executing their strategies to perfection, making the most of every opportunity. This is what top-level racing is all about.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Good on ya, Richard Rossia. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. Richard Rossia is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Smells Like RWYB to 14.9 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Bang is proper nipping at Sunrider's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Stone the Crows. Mr. Bang, S on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 4th. In the midst of this high-octane spectacle, RWYB's skill is shining through as they claim 6th.
It's a dance, Rob. The way RWYB holds onto that 6th. It's like they're leading in a tango.
The action is non-stop as Megasaurus 55 shadows RWYB through every twist and turn, determined to claim 6th. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Megasaurus 55, lagging behind RWYB and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Stone the Crows, Mr. Bang, S in 5th, but if I know them, Sunrider's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Mr. Bang, S giving it some stick, pulling Sunrider into a mere 0.5 seconds. It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Megasaurus 55 steal it from RWYB? The best laid plans of mice and men are hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Megasaurus 55 right now, as they are struggling to keep up with RWYB. The gap might be more than a second, but Mr. Bang is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Sunrider is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Mr. Bang and P5 doing everything they can to catch up.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates, we're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Mr. Bang and Sunrider.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
It looks like Muggy is pushing hard to catch up to Bogan Cromulence. The gap is over a second, but Muggy is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Bogan Cromulence?
My mama used to say, you can't shine if you don't try. Guess Muggy missed that lesson. Just like my pie-making class.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Renopa 99, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
You could feel the tension building throughout the race, but Renopa 99 remained focused and in control. That's what separates the winners from the pack.
Richard Rossia and Smells Like We in 8th and 9th. What a drive from Bogan Cromulence, securing a great second place finish.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
What a race from Muggy. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Coming in 4th we have Sunrider, with Mr. Bang in 5th. 6th is RWYB. Followed by Megasaurus 55 in 7th. It looks like Megasaurus 55 has been called into the pits.